Hi guys, happy Thursday. Happy almost Halloween. It's gonna be here before we know it, Thursday. You guys can see I'm not in the park. I am doing better. I just decided, got a hair in my mouth. Ugh. I decided to take an extra day to just kind of get better 100%. I do still have a little bit of a cough and a little congestion and stuff, so I just figured just err on the side of caution. But anyway, I figured we would still do a little cooking stream since I didn't do one earlier this week. Oops. All right. Hi Ada. Hi Tabu Kale. Hey Nola Lala. Hey Leslie. Hey Ashley. Hey Godzilla. Hi Emily. Hey Maria. Lizzie said take the time you need to heal. Yeah, I don't want to like push myself too hard and then go back and then just end up worse. So, because we've got Halloween coming up, we've got Christmas coming up, like the Christmas season, obviously, in the park. Dapper Day's coming up. I don't know, there's just so much coming up. So I want to be really good before we go back. Hey Nancy. Guys, if I don't recognize who you are, my apologies. You guys can see YouTube's doing its weird thing again with all the names, so Marie said, that's smart to recover. I remember last year you were so sick and that put you out for a good long time, so yes please. Yeah, and this doesn't feel like what I had last year. This seems like a lot less. It's like, I initially thought maybe it was COVID, but I don't think it is. The symptoms never got that bad. Thank goodness. And it's just been like a little bit of congestion and just kind of wearing me out. So it hasn't been too bad, thank goodness. Corralling her health. Hey, Brian Korth. Okay, I'm going to take the hat off, guys. All right. Another one of my, this is not a typical hat. It's not picking it up quite, but it is very blinged out. This is more of like a concert, Vegas, cowboy Christmas type hat. So, but anyway, let me go put it down so it doesn't get food on it. I was like, I have to wear a hat. I forgot last week. But anyway, hey Heather Smith. Thank you, Ange. Getting there. Okay, no worries, Ange. Hey, Paul, welcome in. Hey, Ant-Man. Hi, Evil Gamer. Ooh, you're going to a concert? How fun. Alrighty. Okay, so some of you may have seen, I don't know, some of you may have seen it, some of you may have not. Oh, I forgot to turn the light on under the counter. Last Christmas, there was a big group of us and we did a cookie exchange. And the cookies I took, everyone was like ranting and raving over. And like even to this day, people still talk about them. And they're the simplest recipe. And they're so good. You can make them a little more complex if you want. The most time consuming part is unwrapping all the dang Rolos. At least the way I do it. Like I said, you can make it more complex if you want. For me, like, I'm always go, 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 go. You guys know that. So anything for me that I can, like, save time on or simplify, I'm all about it. So for this recipe, I'm actually going to use a cake mix as my base. But you can, by all means, if you have a really good devil's food cake recipe that you want to make from scratch, you can do that by all means. But for me personally, I like simplicity. I like ease. I like anything that can make my life easier for me. So I'm going to use the cake mix. Hey, Heather. All right. Let me see. I know there was something there. Maria said, you need this perfect storm to put you down. Build that defense up now and party like the rest of 25. I know, right? All right, let me turn this light on real quick so it'll give you guys better lighting. No, wrong light. There we go. And you might hear my feet flip-flopping. We listen and we don't judge. I am wearing Crocs. I wear Crocs in my house. I love my Crocs in my house. I don't wear them in the park, but I do love my Crocs. I'm wearing the Kermit the Frog ones. They're like, I'm obsessed with them. I have 2 pairs because if something happens to this pair, I don't want to be without them. So anyway, but let me get out some bowls. These are actually my mom's old Pyrex bowls. We're gonna set those aside. So I figured we'd do 2 if the puff pastry thaws. I've got it out thawing. I forgot to pull it out earlier. If the puff pastry thaws, I figured we'd do 2 recipes today. Both super easy, super simple. I have made the cookie one before. I have not done the puff pastry one before, but I've done other things with the puff pastry. So hopefully it thaws in time. We'll see. But if not, we can just do the cookies, worst case. But I figured if we did the cookies, because the dough for the cookies, it's better to work it once it's cold. So if you're able to make the dough and then put it in the fridge for like 30 minutes or more, it makes it so much easier to work with. You can still do it without doing that. It just gets very sticky on your hands. So, but, hey, Isaac. Oh, this is messing with my eyes, like everyone's names. Hey, Dulcimeris. Hey, Joey. And I will put the recipes in the description once the stream is done, per usual. Hey, theme park seniors. Are y'all unpacked? Are y'all settled in? Have you gone and checked out the strip yet? Hey, Shelly. Welcome in. Nola Lala said, did cake mixes used to only require water? The mix is only required to the cook to add water to make cake rise and bake golden brown perfection. So the ones I have, if you're baking the cake, these ones take water, oil, and eggs. So, but we're not exactly following the recipe instructions on the cake mix because we're not making a cake, we're making cookies. So it's a little different. Nola said, but marketers found housewives. This was the 50s, remember, didn't like the just add water mixes. It made them feel inadequate, like they hadn't contributed enough to the cake. That's funny. Emily said, yeah, I don't understand why YouTube changes our name handles. I think anytime they're doing an update on the app, it changes them. So I think that's why. So we're probably going to get ready for another update. They've been doing a lot of changes lately. Like they set it up to where you can stream vertically and horizontally at the same time. There was also another recent change that I cannot remember off the top of my head. But anytime that they have a change, because they're really, really, really trying to compete with TikTok right now and draw people away from there, especially with it potentially like changing ownership and I don't know, all the new restrictions and rules and everything like that. So they're really trying to pull people away from there and draw them over to YouTube and changing the formatting to be a lot more similar to what everyone over there is used to. So Nola Lala said, so basically the 50s ladies ruined it for you. Hey, honestly, I would love to go back to the 50s though. I could have a talk with them. No, I'm kidding. Theme Park Senior said, yes, I'll unpack. Strip stream coming on Saturday. Oh, fun. Brian Corse said, it's easy to remember your horse's names. I just think of the moniker. Have you ever had whiskey in Denver, darling? That is so funny. I know, Evil Gamer. It's going around, like I said, it's going around the parks really badly right now. I mean, it's going around in general, but the parks, because of everyone flying from out of state and out of town and bringing all the germies with them, unfortunately. Maria said there was a total of 30 updates for YouTube creators. See, I don't even know all of them. I know some of them are super minor, but Alden said, they're very silent with the update. You may have not even noticed the video playback options have changed and updated with new graphics. What? Happy early birthday to Kelly, Emily. And welcome in, Emily. I hope she has the best birthday. Hey, Manny and Canny. Yeehaw. He said, is this Frontierland? Hey, you know, without thunder, is there even a reason to be in Frontierland right now? So, I mean, would you rather have cookies or nothing at all? I think we all know the option there. Blake said, I've been wanting to see a cooking stream. I always miss them. Oh, well, welcome in, Blake. Happy to have you here. Yoo-hoo said, hello, everybody. Welcome in, Yoo-hoo. All right, so should we get started or should we wait a little bit? Should we chitty chat for a minute and let more people get in? A few updates. Y'all may have like heard or seen it on social media or with like other streamers and stuff. If you can, contact Disney. Please, please, please contact Disney. They are planning on getting rid of the Evil Queen as a regular character in the park and only bringing her out for special like after dark type events or like Halloween season. They were going to do it with a bunch of the villains that are normally there. But supposedly from what I've heard, Gaston has been saved and Cruella has been saved. But the Evil Queen, because she is by far the most popular out of the ones that are normally in the park, she is on the chopping block because Disney is like, I think, looking at everyone's content and being like, hey, she's really popular, like let's pull her away, which I don't like. But I think they see it as a way to entice people to come to these after dark events because it'd be someone that you really like and you don't normally get to see. So actually, hold on, this is like really pointed low. Too low. So if you have the time, if you have the availability, please send Disney a message. You can go on the Disneyland app and do that. If you go on the app and you go down to the bottom, if you're on your phone, the bottom right corner. Here, let me see if I can show y'all. So you're gonna go down to the bottom corner where it's like the 3 bars, and you're gonna click that, and you're gonna scroll down to you could do chat with us, or let me see, there was another option that I found and I can't remember where it was now. Well, I mean, you can, regardless, you can email Disney on Disneyland's website, but please contact them. Let them know that you want the Evil Queen to be there all the time, how important she is to you and your family and your park visits, and how disappointed you would be. A lot of people are reaching out to Disney trying to save her. The character her. The cast member will still be in the park because the friends of these characters are also friends with other characters. I'm trying to talk in Disney code. So the cast member won't be going anywhere per se, but the cast member's availability to be friends with that character would be going away with the exception of special events. So please, if you can, take a few minutes out of your day and send an email. If you want to call Disney and tell them, whatever. But if you have the time and you really enjoy her interactions that you've either personally experienced or you've seen, please reach out to Disney and let them know how disappointed you would be. A lot of people are doing it, but the more, the better. And she is incredible. There's a few friends of hers and they're all amazing. And, you know, it would make us really sad to not see her on a regular basis because she's just amazing and just brightens up our visits. Even though she's a villain, she's just so much fun. So if you can, please do that. But anyway, let me see what else. Oh, that's cool, Evil Gamer. Leslie said, who ruined the magic for us? No, I think, hey Manny, I think it's just because she's so popular, and Disney has this habit of noticing when someone is a big fan favorite and trying to, I'm trying to figure out how to word this, to take advantage of that popularity and utilize it to the best of their financial abilities. So that's why there's rare characters that we only see at these After Dark events. And I know, right, Chris? So that's why, like Maleficent, we only see it After Dark events or during the Halloween season. So she would basically essentially become like Maleficent, to where we would only see her at After Dark events, like Oogie Boogie Bash and like Pride Night, or, I mean, we wouldn't see her at Star Wars Night, but things along those lines. After Dark events, special events, DVC events, things along those lines. She wouldn't be in the park regularly every day, except for potentially during the Halloween season. So, yeah, I think just Disney knows how amazing she is, and they're like, you know. So, anywho, I know, Jessica, that's what I was just saying. She is sassy. I love her so much, and she's roasted me on so many occasions, and I love it. I think it's amazing. I think it's so much fun. Nola Lala said, personally, the stepmom and sisters can go and keep the evil queen and Cruella and Maleficent. I know, I wish. They're also kind of claiming that part of it is because it's Fantasyland, and, you know, I think also some of it ties in with the whole Villains Land opening at Walt Disney World and trying to entice people to go over there once that's opened. Because if they pull these villains away, like, it'd be like, oh, I want to see the villains, like, where can I go? And Disney World's like, over here, you know? So I think that has something to do with it as well. And they're claiming, like, oh, it's Fantasyland, it's supposed to be like the land of princesses and fantasy and whatever. But then I'm like, why is Gaston allowed? And why is Cruella down on Main Street? Like, if you're trying to take away the villains and, you know, the things like that from that area, then... So, I don't know, but again, if you enjoy her interactions, either personally or watching them, you know, on videos of whatever kind, please send a little message to Disney and let them know. Hey, EXP626, we're making Rolo cookies. Cookies! They're the best cookies, and they're amazing, like warm and fresh. I mean, all cookies are, but these especially, because you got like the ooey gooiness of the caramel, and oh, they're so good. Let's see. Leslie said, yes, to take more of our money. Right, exactly. Anthony said, play scarcity. Jennifer said, hey, Monse, chat. Emily said, she's being true to the character, and that's how good she is. Exactly. And, you know, you sit and think, like, for these cast members to really, like, become these characters, how much time do they take to truly, like, research the character? And, like, I mean, they're literally, like, becoming actors and actresses, essentially, and becoming these people, because you never know what a random person's going to walk up to you and say. And so... to be able to have like that snappy response like the queen would have, and have it for like anything that anyone throws at you, like that takes time and it takes effort and it takes a lot of practice, you know, like in and out of the park, like coming up with stuff like that. So Christy, I think YouTube's doing another update. Womp womp. Gaston isn't well, in his mind he's a princess. Heather said they're very yummy. I definitely brought some home. Thank you, Heather. Christy, I have made the pretzels. I've done the pretzels with M&Ms, and I've done them with the Hershey's Kisses. But I did, instead of the Kisses, I did the Hugs, so they were striped. Because this was a long time ago. Years ago, we had a party. It wasn't my choice of the theming. It was someone else in my family. And they wanted a mustache themed party with zebra print and hot pink. You know how hard that is to find like treats and stuff? So I had to get very creative. and we had like a full candy buffet, and I made a lot of stuff because obviously you can't easily find all that. So that's where the hugs came into it. But yeah. Bum, bum, bum. Let me see. Shelly said, made some with pretzels and M&Ms and Rolos. So good. Yeah, they're really, really, you get the sweet and the salty. Just perfection. Nola Lala said, oh, they know their characters so well. Just say to Cruella how much you love her winkle pickers. What are winkle pickers? Do I want to know? Hey, Anime. She said, cancel Disney and will be on the treadmill for my steps. Oh my goodness. She said, feel better soon. Thank you. No stream? No stream? What? Christy said, I don't know why it says slam. I meant to say small. Oh, no worries. Tabukele said, right before surgery, my roommate made some cinnamon raisin bread pudding. I'm a bit annoyed that Mama Tapu gave most of it away to her choir director. Ooh, yummy. Hey, Carmen. How's your roommate doing after his surgery, Tabu? I'm good, Carmen. I'm a little tired. Oh, pointed shoes boots. Okay, I never knew that's what they were called. I just thought they were like elf shoes. That's what they look like to me. Emily said, whoever decided this, here's an apple for you. Ooh. All right. Let me see. There were a few other things I was going to tell you guys about. If I can get everything to load. Okay. One of the other things, I found this on Instagram several days ago, and reshared it on there. And I meant to bring it up at the horses, and my brain just went. But we're getting a new Fraggle Rock holiday special on Apple TV on December 5th. So if you're a fan of Fraggle Rock, which, yay, I am, and you happen to have Apple TV or know someone that does, December 5th. So, yeah. And then there was also, I don't know if it was on this phone or my other phone. Okay, Carthay Circle Restaurant in DCA also added some new items to their menu. So they have the regular menu items, and they've added these items. For starters, there's new diver scallops. I'm gonna butcher this, don't come for me. Escabeche. I wanna say like escape. But anyway, they're $26, and it says that it's avocado velvet, nori cucumber relish, and prickly pear ponzu. No clue. There's also warm pear and goat cheese tarts for $18 with persimmon butter. Ooh, that sounds kind of good. There's an autumn salad with cranberry walnut croutons for $18. That one has chicory, kabocha, squash, bacon, charred orange vinaigrette. Blah, blah, blah. For entrees, there's a new grilled Mediterranean half chicken for $46. This is a pricey restaurant, guys. It's got saffron, couscous, almonds, golden raisins, and Mediterranean curry. They've also got a maple orange glazed distal turkey breast for $50 with harvest apples, savory bread pudding, cranberry sauce, and natural juice. That actually sounds really good. They have a sustainable fish of the day for $52 that comes with braised jicama, hominy. They really are pulling all these random things out. Pepitas, jalapenos, and pumpkin tortilla broth. Tortilla broth? They also have a braised short rib ravioli for $54. I've had this one before. It's got celery root, sun-dried tomatoes, mushrooms, shallot, and confit. They also have a signature thick cut pork chop for $54. It's got parsnip, quince mash, medjool dates, pecan, and tangerine relish. Again, I don't know what half of this stuff is. And then they've got a certified blank Angus New York steak for $75 that's got coyote squash, caramelized onions, salsa matcha, and Cabernet essence. I like steak. Anime, you want to go get steak? Let's get steak. For dessert, they have a new fairy tale pumpkin pie profiterole for $16 with candied pepitas, coconut caramel, and dulce ganache. They've got a Honey Crisp apple buckle cake for $16 that's got orange pomegranates, maple syrup, and ice cream. And then they've got a pecan Dubai chocolate crunch bar, ooh, for $16 with Dubai chocolate sauce and pecan chantilly. So if you're a fan of Carthay and a fan of some fine dining, be sure to head over there and check that out. Ooh, and I just saw, no, another one, but it's only for 2 days. Indiana Jones was just added to the Disney refurb calendar December 2nd and 3rd. So 2 days. Hopefully it stays at just 2 days. All right. Let me just check the chat really quickly. Bum, bum, bum. Miss Anime said, you're making more sweets? Sugar on my tongue. You and that song. Christy said, want to see your shirt better, please. It looks cute. Oh, this is from a couple of years ago in the park. It's a crew neck. It's like a acid washed, like hot pink. And it says, horrors, haunts, and hay rides. Happy Halloween 2023. Oh, 2023. There you go. Bum, bum, bum. Tubby said he had a bit of infection, probably because he ate some pizza when he shouldn't have. Oh no. So he required a more in-depth incision to remove his gallbladder. Gotta listen to those instructions. Anime said, I'm catching up with anime episodes, so I'm not sure if I'm gaming. Oh, you gotta live up to your name. Makes sense. Welcome back, Roxy. Expected to perform tomorrow on Good Day Sacramento. Oh my goodness, well he must be feeling better then. Christy said, holy Lord, I love scallops. There you go. You could get a park hopper if you come for Candlelight Processional and go eat there. Christy said, no goat cheese, blah. Kombucha? That's what it said. Anime said, I like couscous. Hey, Evelyn Rocha, welcome in. Chai Cat says, is that you, Moki Schmoky? Said, diesel turkey, the only turkey I'll eat. Well, I mean, why would you want unleaded? Miss Anime said, I like dates. Christy said, Costco sells short rib ravioli in their fridge section. Probably better and cheaper too, possibly. Carmen said, these names are very hard and to get. Believe me, they're really hard for me too. Miss Anime said, with red wine cab for sauce is usually very common. Welcome back, Ada. Heather said, love Carthay, but it's pretty spendy. It is very spendy. It's like a special occasion kind of place. Christy said, I'd rather have a yummy corn dog and mustard and strawberry funnel cake. Lizzie said, oh, these names are throwing me off. I can't tell the colors apart. Emily said, who are you going to be for Halloween? I don't even know. I don't even know what I'm doing for Halloween, Emily. Miss Anime said, when for Carthay? Sure, why not? We can try the new menu. Content, right? I don't know. Christy said, Lainey said nothing should be closed this long during the 70th. They've known about this anniversary forever. But in all honesty, it seems like there's an anniversary like every year or every other year. It's kind of ridiculous. Theme Park Senior said, sounds like you need to hit up Aunt for the $75 steak. Anthony said, wait, what? Hey, Al. She said, hi, Katie. Hi, mods in chat. Tabu Kelly said he's singing Thurl Ravencroft's Ode to the Grinch. Evil Gamer said Disneyland's getting closer and closer. Christy said, I'm scared to go to the processional. Plus, it's 184 for one park that day. Yeah, it's going to be like a peak weekend both days because of the processional and how popular it is. Miss Anime said, I baked marinated chicken thighs and an air fried them too. I can't bake. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Hey, Pete LeBlanc, welcome in. Journeys Out Loud said, I remember getting gallstone the size of a quarter. Ooh, no. Christy said, Casey Jr. and Storybook and Thunder need to open. Right? Miss Anime said, hi, mods. Ashley said, my hubby and I decided we wanted to come back for Christmas, so we'll be there for a day or two at the end of December. I can't wait. Yay! I'm so excited. When you have a date, let me know. Hopefully I won't be as like hectic as the other last visit you were here. I'm gonna have that song in my head now, anime. Like sugar on my tongue. Okay, anyway. So we're gonna preheat the oven. I'm all over the place. I've had too much sugar today. Preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Bake 350. Start. All right. And then I'll just spray the cookie sheets now. So either spray your cookie sheets with no stick spray or line them with parchment paper. Per is used. Dun, dun, dun. All right, so we're gonna take the cake mix. You can use any devil's food cake mix. Doesn't matter the brand, or like I said, if you have a cake recipe that you use, you can do that as well. But I like things that are easy peasy lemon squeezy. So I just buy mine. But the only thing is, this recipe is for the old school size of the cake mixes that they used to make. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but in the last several years they have downsized the cake mixes. So they used to be, I think, like 15 something ounces. Now they're 13 and a quarter, 13.25. So you're able to have a second cake mix available, so you can add a little extra. It's not the end of the world if you don't, but if you're able to, just do that. I never see a problem with having a little bit extra when it comes to this recipe. So the cookies go really fast, and I'm going to be having people over this weekend, so they will go quick. All right, so you're gonna take your cake mix. Oh, I never told you what we need. So you need 15.25 ounces of Devil's Food cake mix. You need a third of a cup of vegetable oil. You need 2 large non-frozen eggs and a bag of Rolo candies. So, and then optional, you can have powdered sugar or like a sea salt that you can roll the cookies in. It just makes them look prettier. Like I said, the most time-consuming thing of this recipe is unwrapping all of the dang Rolos. It takes a while. And I just get a good size bag of them. I don't remember what size it was, but it was a pretty good size bag. Because, again, if you have too many, whatever. Not the end of the world. All right, so we need a third of a cup of vegetable oil. Still too much. Atlanta. Way too much. Still too much. All right. So vegetable oil, and then you need 2 large eggs. Again, preferably not frozen. All right, let me wash my hands. Roni, they're not your friends. They don't want to see you. All of these eggs away. All right, and you're just gonna mix this all up. And it does become a fairly firm dough once it's all well blended. Take a spatula and scrape the edges. The batter does get kind of hung up in your beaters on this because it is such a thick batter. So just be aware of that. It can be a little bit of a pain to get all the batter off. Scrape as much of it out of the beaters as I can. And you could try and mix this by hand, but I wouldn't recommend it because, like I said, it is a very thick and heavy batter or dough that it makes. Get off of there. Come on, drip, drip, drip. All right. I'm gonna put this in the fridge. Like I said, it makes it a lot easier to work with, so I'm gonna put it in the fridge. If you can, 30 minutes or more. It just, like I said, it's a very sticky batter, very sticky dough. So it makes it a lot easier to work with if it's cold. All right, let me check the chat. Hey, Annette Morales, welcome in. I think Smokey said I'm gonna reset. Again, I still don't know who anyone is. Miss Anime said, how do I tag name on mobile chat? I don't think you can. I think you can only do it on computers. Oops, I'm sorry, Ro. I didn't know that. Chrissy said, Katie, you had too much sugar and I had too much coffee. I honestly haven't had, well, no, I take that back. I had coffee yesterday night. But prior to that, I hadn't had coffee in a while. But I did have a big old honking cup of tea, like the pink ghosty Disney tumbler. I had that full of tea. Christy said, yes, less ounces for the same price. Exactly, with those cake mixes. Miss Anime said, sings your body looks so sweet, sweet, sweet. Anthony said, Anime's singing and dancing now, right? She's gonna end up going flying off her treadmill because she's gonna be like dancing. Pete said, love your kitchen and your Disney stuff on the counter. Mickey Mouse pumpkin. Thank you, Pete. Blake said, devil sweet cakes fire. Trini Salad said, ever go to the hospital for one thing only to be rushed into surgery for something else? Ooh, no. I'm going to add that on my list of things that I don't ever want to happen. Miss Anime. Shelby said, I heard a knock. Knock, knock, knock. I would actually knock, but my dogs will go berserk. Carmen said, sounds delicious, Auntie Katie. Sadly, I can't have chocolate. I can have vanilla. Bum, bum, bum. Journey Satlet said, I'm planning to visit my mom for Halloween this year. Oh, that'll be nice. Heather said, oh, the pup just wants to say hello. Welcome back, Chai Cat says, who I think is Moki Smokey. Maybe your mystery guest. We may never know. Nola Lala said, oh no, sounds like Baymax is leaking again. Where's the scotch tape? Oh no. Miss Anime said, I want to try to make cinnamon rolls, but I know it's easier to just buy It is, but homemade cinnamon rolls are so good. My cousin makes some amazing ones. Chai Cat says, my phone, not sure what's going on with my name. Probably user error. No, it's on everyone's. You're good. You're good. Journey's Outlet said, excellent handling of the eggs. And they're not even frozen. Emily said, hey, batter, swing. Can you eat some of the batter? I mean, I would. I know you're not supposed to, but we listen and we don't judge, and we don't necessarily do what the streamer is doing. Pete said, beautiful dog, Cowgirl. Thank you. Nella Lala said, I just put a cast compliment for the queen and didn't do a date or time, and in the city put keep the evil queen. I love it. Okay, it is Moki. Yes, it's not Mr. Guest. See, I knew. Hey, Sanchez. Happy Thursday. Sanchez, I'm making cookies. Miss Anime said, dark chocolate sounds good right now with sea salt. Chocolate always sounds good with sea salt. Trinity said, I'm craving either chai latte or an iced pumpkin pie latte. Ooh, yum. I had a pumpkin spice latte. It was only the second one I've had this, like, year. So, like, I'm being good, kind of. Jessica said, YouTube's back to its shenanigans always. Journey's Lad said, I mean pumpkin spice. Anthony said, who's got a Costco card? I sent Anthony a link. Someone had posted on one of these pages that I follow that there's like a new like butterbeer type non-alcoholic deal at Costco that you can buy. I don't know if it's all Costco's. I don't know if it's only in certain regions or what. They didn't specify on the post. But I sent it to him and he's like, dang it. He's like, my Costco card's expired. Moki said, I'm not supposed to have chocolate, but I do once in a while. By once in a while, I mean weekly, sometimes daily. Hey, we listen and we don't judge. Chris said, disclaimer, the views and shenanigans are that of the streamer and the streamer only. Facts. Schmart? What am I? Katie is schmart? Schmart? I'm schmart. Heather said, I'm not ready for pumpkin spice season to be over yet. Neither am I. I feel like we get gypped every year because it's like, I personally can't have a lot of the pumpkin stuff when it's hot. It doesn't feel right to be having like a hot, I only like the hot pumpkin spice lattes. I don't like the iced or the like frappuccino versions. So I only drink it hot, and it doesn't feel right getting it when the weather's hot. So I wait till it cools off and then I get it. And it doesn't cool off for a long time because we're in California. Coffee was good, Emily. Bruh. Let me see. Carmen said, I have a Costco card, Mr. Mischief. Oh, Carmen's going shopping. Hey, Martin, welcome in. He said, what's this about non-alcoholic Butterfingers? Butterbeer. Anthony said, I need butterbeer. Miss Anime said, I got no Costco card anymore. I didn't get to use it for over a year. What's your question, Jacob? Welcome in. I may have an answer, or I may not. Jessica said that butterbeer sounds so good. Journey's Outlet said, ooh, butterbeer. Martin said, whoever has a Costco card locally, I'm tagging along for samples. Jacob, I don't know who's at the parks today. I really don't. I haven't been on YouTube today. I've been cleaning my house like crazy and doing laundry. Anthony said, oh, Jacob, you need to email Disney. Email Disney and let them know not to get rid of the evil queen. They're trying to get rid of her. And I know you like the characters. Anthony said, I need an apple crisp macchiato, Starbucks, bring it back. Miss Anime said, kind of miss frozen butterbeer. Do we need a Universal trip? Martin said, I heard Butterfingers. You're hearing what your stomach wants, I think. I didn't say Butterfingers. Moki Schmoki said, butterbeer, come to me. Miss Anime said, I just go to Sprouts or Trader Joe's mostly. We don't have those up here. Actually, no, I take that back. We have a Sprouts. I haven't been in it yet. We've had it for like a year now. I don't go in stores though, so don't judge me. Martin said, no one really is at the park, LOL. You can always go back and rewatch old streams. It'll be like you're there. Just pretend like you'd never seen it before. Disney magic. Miss Anna said, no, evil queen. Martin said in Anne's voice, hi, Al. Journey's Let said, but eggnog season has arrived. I bought some brandy and eggnog for spiked eggnog. I didn't even get any eggnog last year. I need to get some this year. Hey, all done. He said, I know who's at the park. His name is Mickey Mouse. I owe him money. We all do. We all do. Join the club. That's made for you and me. All right, anyway. Theme Park Senior says, who wants butter with their beer? Oh, pick me, pick me. Jacob said, Anthony, you should go live from the parks one time. I don't know if he likes to torture himself that way, Jacob. Miss Anime said I do mobile pickup or sometimes DoorDash. Yeah, I just do like the grocery pickup. So I place my order online and then I go park and wait for them to bring it to my car. Carmen said, wait a minute, Auntie Katie, Evil Queen, why? Because Disney's lost their marbles, Carmen. So everyone pick up your phone and your computers and send Disney a nice email saying how heartbroken and crushed and devastated you will be when they take the Evil Queen away. She's supposed to last through, I think, like mid-November. So, but then she'll only be around for Halloween season and like the After Dark events. So email. Let them know. Chris said, Captain Morgan and eggnog is better. Hey, a bartender or a former bartender would know. Milky Schmokey said, I want to make my own eggnog. How do you even make eggnog? Like, what's even in it? Does it really have eggs in it? I'm kind of scared to know. I think I watched like a lot, like 20 something years ago, like an episode of Martha Stewart and she made her own homemade eggnog. But I don't know. Maybe if I know what's in it, I won't want to drink it. Alden said, nah, you don't understand, Katie. Me and that mouse have a unique relationship. He pulled a fast one on me with his high five psych. Psych? Miss Anime said, Trader Joe's, no choice, but I go in. Yeah. I haven't been in a Trader Joe's in probably like 2 or 3 years. We don't have one anywhere near here. All right. Carmen said, rude. I love the Evil Queen. No, Auntie Katie. Me too, Carmen. Journeys At Light said, I also had rum pope last year as well. What's rum pope? Rum pope? Chris said, right. EXP626 said, classic eggnog has actual eggs. Modern eggnog is the other stuff. Okay, I like the other stuff better. I don't want to drink eggs. I'm not Gaston. Oh, Donnie's at the park. There you go. Moki said, what? What the what? Seasonal Evil Queen? No, hold my butterbeer, right? Everyone, keyboard warriors, get on there. Let Disney know a little piece of your mind. Theme Park Senior says, we don't drink alcohol, so we don't even drink beer, buttered or not. Well, butterbeer is non-alcoholic. It's non-alcoholic, so it's good. It's kind of like a butterscotchy cream soda. It's probably like the best way I could describe it. It's really, really yummy. And at Universal, they even have like a slushy version of it that's really good too. So, as you can see, I like cream soda. Not that we're advertising. Hey, Jacqueline. She said, hi, Kitty in chat. I know I don't talk much, but I love watching when you're on. You always bring a smile to my face. Also love when Anthony's there. Thanks for sharing your happiness with all of us. Thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. And never be afraid to say hello. We always love chatting with everyone. But we also appreciate the Ninja Watchers, so thank you. All done said, yeah, the last time I sent a strongly worded letter, I got nothing in return. Come on, man. I've asked nicely for Bob Iger's job. I can't imagine why you didn't hear back. Maybe if you said you were DM or all DM or maybe even Martin, maybe they would write you back. Just saying. Anime, I can't with you. Oh my gosh. Martin said, I'm sorry. That's butterscotch A&W. Well, it's like, that's just cream soda, so it's not the same. Yes, the Canadian came out in me when I said that. Soda. Chris said, large eggs, granulated sugar, whole milk, heavy cream, freshly grated nutmeg. Simple as that. Okay, if you took the eggs out of it, I'd drink it. I mean, I don't know. The idea of drinking eggs. Moki Smoky said, George Washington made a mean eggnog with eggs and 5 liquors. The eggs are probably disinfected. 5 liquors? That's like a Long Island iced tea for Christmas. Ugh. Emily said, I don't like butterscotch. Emily, there's the door. No, I'm kidding. I love butterscotch. All done said, I had to like stop for a minute and be like, is that all done? All done said I would not become CEO if I was named Martin or DM. Oh my goodness. Teresa said, Rum Pope, pronounced Rum Popo. Rum Popo is a popular holiday drink in the Caribbean and Belize. I've never heard of it. What is, I'm assuming rum. What's in it? Rum Popo. Rum Popo. All right, anyway. Chris said, not taking the eggs out. You need to get that out of your head. You know, I have this weird, I pictured the yolk sliding down my throat. It's like oysters. I can't mentally get that through my head. All right. I did, because it's like your name and then numbers, and then I'm like, okay, now we're adding another name to the list for you. Like, I can't mentally handle it. Moki Smoky said, are you sure modern eggnog has no eggs? I don't know. I like the one at the store that's prepackaged, and I don't put booze in it. I just drink it like it is. Anthony said, she just wants nog, hold the egg. Exactly. Anthony said, I'm pretty sure store-bought eggnog has eggs too. What? Why are you bursting my bubble? Journey said, it's made with eggs. Why is everything made with eggs? What the heck? Eggs, sweet condensed milk, spices, and of course rum and brandy. Huh. Anime said, I love oysters with lemon juice. I can't do the jiggly consistency. I can't. I like Jell-O. And yes, I know what that's made of, and I try not to think about that. All right. The world is an egg, Katie. I want to crack it. I want to freeze it. Can we freeze it? Hey, Jimmins, welcome in. They said, still at work, but watching you. Love you. Thank you. Hope you're having a great day at work. Moki Smoky said, it's nothing like oysters. Not slimy or in the least. Much more tasty than store-bought. Should I try and eat a raw egg? No, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Oh, no, I can't. Even Jell-O has eggs. I can't with you guys. Okay, let me see if this is thawed out enough. All right, let me see. Oh, it's so soft. Okay. So, actually, let me throw a tiny bit of flour down just to be on the safe side, so we don't get sticky stuck. So this one, like I said, I've never made this before, but I've made other things very similar with the puff pastry before. And I just like puff pastry. It's fun. It's yummy, and it's like fun to work with because it's like so soft and squishy, and it's like Play-Doh for adults. I don't know, I'm weird. All right, so you're gonna get a sheet of puff pastry, and no, I'm not gonna make my own. And you're gonna roll it out. So I'm gonna put a little bit of flour on my rolling pin so it doesn't stick. And you could do this for any holiday. Well, it doesn't even have to be a holiday, but you could do it for any holiday. Alright. I'm not really sure how thin to make it. I could probably do even thinner than this, but let's see. We're gonna learn together. Get out of here, measuring cup. Okay. So like I said, this is really easy and really fun. You know, Martin, you can take your egg out of here. I don't know what I was gonna say. All right. And then you're gonna take some Nutella. I imagine you could probably do this with peanut butter too. Maybe, I don't know. All right. And you're just gonna spread the Nutella over like half of your puff pastry dough. Tucker, I didn't drop anything. There's nothing down there for you, bub. If I did drop anything, it's just raw flour. It's not wanting to stick very well because of the flour that's already on the puff pastry. Maybe some from my rolling pin too, I don't know. So it's taking a minute, but we'll get there. Miss Anime's gonna scare you, Sanchez? Why is she gonna scare you? Oh, and I'm not doing my job. If you guys are into gaming, be sure to go and subscribe to Miss Anime Games. She does all kinds of fun gaming content and streams. She did one the other night, and I was in there watching her. And it was a lot of fun. Stay on the dough and not my knife. I feel like this might have been easier if the Nutella was like slightly warmed up, but I'm not going to test that theory. And I'm really only doing this just so we have time for the other batter to chill. I think it wouldn't take so long to just put some Nutella on some dough. All right, since we're speaking about Disney villains, who's everyone's favorite Disney villain? And for bonus points, and there is no actual prize for this, why? Why are they your favorite villain? Just curious. I feel like I know who almost everyone's gonna say is their favorite. All right. So I'll show you guys. Wrong way. All right, so you can see there's the puff pastry. It's rolled out. I've put the Nutella over half of it, and then you're going to take the other half and you're going to fold it over it. Just like so. The patting it is not necessary. I just felt like doing it. All right, and then you're going to take some cookie cutters. Cookie cutters. The one that I saw people use the most was a bat. But you could do any critter. Any cutter. I don't know why I said critter. Any cutter. All right. I went too high. All right. And then you're just gonna cut them out. So it's basically gonna look like that, little sandwiched batty bat. And then you're gonna put them on a cookie sheet. These would be great if you're entertaining, having company over, as just a nice little fun treat to have out. Or for yourself and your family, if you're gonna be home watching like spooky Halloween movies or something, it'd be a great little thing to have. I just like the bats, I think they're cute. I don't know if I can fit another one on this one or not. And then once you have these all cut out, you're gonna make an egg wash. I know, eggs, again, shocker. You're gonna make a little egg wash. And it's just basically for appearance. It's just gonna give them a nice little golden crust on the top and make them nice and shiny and pretty. I'm gonna get you out. Get off of my lawn. I have no idea what I'm going to do with all of these because I'm not having people over for a few days, so I don't know. I might just lick my fingers and I gotta wash my hands. I had to lick it though, I had Nutella on it. All right. Carmen said Cruella de Vil. She said I love her personality and I like some of her outfits. Leslie said be prepared. So I'm assuming she likes Scar. Moki Shmoki said Evil Queen, the original, Beauty and the Evil in the One Woman. Although Lady Tremaine scared me as a kid. Lady Tremaine scared me too. And it was funny because like once I was an adult, I was like, oh my gosh, her cat's named the devil. Like when you're a kid, you don't know what Lucifer means, you know, and then you're older and you're like, oh my gosh. Martin said cookie cooters. Well, Christy said Maleficent because I love Sleeping Beauty and also like the new Maleficent movies. Jessica said Maleficent, she just wanted to belong but got tossed aside because she was different. Martin said me, myself, and that guy we don't talk about. Moki said, I guess you don't like cookies or cake or brownies because eggs. Okay, but it's different when they're like mixed in with stuff and they're not all like slimy, jiggly, gross, like Miss Anime said it's a scary game, so maybe not their thing. Yeah, it depends. Right now she's doing a scary gaming. Martin said, who is this gamer subscribing to and where? Emily said, "You're not my mom." Hey, welcome in, Fairy Godmother. Are you back at Disney? I hope you're having a wonderful time. Bum, bum, bum. Hey, Titanic, welcome in. They said, "I smell egg chaos." Guys, if I get your name wrong, like if I'm not saying the full name, it's because everyone's names are all wonky right now on YouTube. So my apologies. All right. Strange Outlet said, "I'm back. My school called in regarding my name and gender change since it's now official." Hey, congratulations. Milky Schmokey said, "Are you going to sprinkle some black and orange sugar on the bats before baking?" I wasn't planning on it. I was just going to do the egg wash, but you definitely could. I don't even know what sprinkles I have, to be honest. I mean, technically this is with Nutella, not chocolate, so it's like health food, right? Anime, that song won't get out of my head right now. It's like playing on repeat. I blame you. Come off. All right, almost done getting these bad boys cut. I don't know what you're supposed to do with the extra dough. I guess you could just like roll it up and make it like a weird blobby thing. I mean, it's still edible regardless. Can I make one more bat out of you? I don't know. Close enough. All right. We'll just set the extra dough aside because I don't know what to do with it. It's a problem for another time. All right, cookie cutter. All right, now we need to make the egg wash. So to make the egg wash, we're gonna need an egg and some milk. Again with the eggs. So one egg. Good thing I just ordered more. Oh, and the milk. Egg, milk, and my bowls are over there. One of these days I'll actually learn how to crack an egg without getting it on my hands. And we need a tablespoon. One egg and a tablespoon of liquid. You could do milk, you could do water, cream. It's up to you. Hold on, let me put the lid on the flour. I'm just scared I'm gonna knock something into it. Or knock it flying off my counter. Alright. And then you need a brush to brush the egg wash onto your little cookie cutter guys. I looked, and the only brush I have is a brush for when you're grilling and barbecuing, for like putting barbecue sauce on your stuff. So, you know, we make do with what we have. All right. Actually, I'm gonna up the oven real quick because it needs to be at 400 for these, which I should have said beforehand. All right, so we're gonna brush this on. And you're just gonna lightly coat them. What you doing, Ro? Sorry guys, I'll get caught up on the chat after I finish egging my bats. I guess you could say milking them? I don't know. All right, so I'll show you the full tray. So once they're all covered in the egg wash, that's what they're gonna look like. And some of that drippage is also the no stick spray. So, all right, so you're gonna put those in the oven for 15 minutes at 400 degrees. And then you wanna serve these warm if possible. All right, they're in there. Let's see how it's gonna come out. Again, I've never made these before. Danny, how are you, Danny? I saw you were at Disney yesterday. I hope you had fun. I'm jelly. Michael Dan Mosley, I'm not sure what your actual normal username is, I'm sorry, said, hi Cowgirl, save me some cookies. I will have lots of cookies left, I think. Let's see. Moki Shmoki said, I wanted to rescue all the animals in Cinderella. I know, me too. Carmen said, I know you the steps can't, Auntie Katie. Evil Gamer said, this is going to be my first concert since 2020. Who are you going to see perform, Evil Gamer? What concert is it? Welcome back, Anime. No, Lala said, oh, that's not for me. Alden said, speaking of Titanic, I've gone down the rabbit hole again, or should I say iceberg. The Titanic is so fun to like go back and learn about and research and stuff. There's so many like layers to it. You know, you've got the boat itself, you've got the, I guess, crash. I don't know what you'd call it. You've got the recovery, you've got the individual guests, and then like a lot of the lore and like nostalgia. There's so many different directions you can go with it. It's so cool. Journey's Outlet said, my full name is now Zachary Alexander. I like that name. That's a beautiful name. Moki Shmoki, and congratulations. Moki said, chocolate is healthy. It has antioxidants and stuff, according to me. I like that and stuff. Godzilla fanboy Tyler said, happy early Halloween, everyone. Miss Anime said, do a TikTok dance. No, that's all you, girl. You've got that market cornered. Hey, Mama Bear One, welcome in. She said, hi, y'all. Man, am I grateful this community hasn't gone off the rails too much, because some YouTube communities are struggling right now. Mostly it seems like the Gen Z creators, which is sad, but they can pivot. Yet, hey, you're never too old to live and learn and improve on yourself and learn from your mistakes and be a better person. Miss Anime Game said, I like making the cold brew from Docking Bay 7 Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Ooh, yes, do it. I'm okay, Danny. How are you? You just heard a minute ago. I still got a cough. Journey's Outlet said, I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind how you put out to the world how wonderful egg is while you're in the world. Anthony said, Katie's an egg beater. Tisk tisk. I was an egg whisker. Let's see. Anime said, baking requires exact amount of ingredients and temperature and time. I mean, it doesn't have to be exact, but, you know, close as you can get. Carmen said, yes, I don't like eggs that much either, Katie. I don't mind. I like eggs. I just don't like them raw. I like omelets. Like, my favorite omelet is like bacon and cheese and avocado and like a little bit of salsa and some spinach. That's like my favorite avocado. My favorite omelet. Anime. Hey, Suzanne, welcome in. She said, so cute, your bat cookie. Moki Shmoki said, it's a good thing there's box mixes for when I'm low on firing brain cells. I feel that. Excuse me. Hey, Aaron Estrada. They said, yay, Tucker. Hey, Layla's stickers. They said, hi, love your Winnie the Pooh pumpkin container. Thank you. I've actually got 2 of them here. I'll show you. They're from Home Goods. I think I got both of them this year, actually. The one I want to get for Christmas, the Winnie the Pooh one that they have for Christmas, I have not been able to find yet. But this is one of them. He's a little cookie jar or canister or whatever you could put in him. And then the other one is over here. But I like the pumpkin one a little bit better. This one, he's dressed up like a little ghosty, and he's got a little jack-o'-lantern honey pot. And his head comes off. And then I've got this Jim Shore. I got this from Home Goods too. He's dressed up like a little Buzzy Bee for Halloween. And there's a little Buzzy Bee on a wire there. He's got wings and little antennas. So cute. And then I got this picture from Target that I didn't know at the time, but it glows in the dark. It says Happy Halloween, and it's got Tigger and Pooh and pumpkins. I couldn't tell if Piglet was there or not. But there's a canister, cookie jar, whatever, that's ceramic, that's for Christmas this year, and it's Winnie the Pooh, and he's a little gingerbread. He's so cute. So I'm on the lookout for that one from Home Goods. But anyway, I am so behind. Hey, Mike Skellington, welcome in. Danny said, miss you, my bestie, Auntie Katie. Hopeful to see you soon. I know, me too, Danny. Mike said, my daughter has that hoodie in gray. Hey, twinning. Let me see. Mike said, what's up with the names again? Oh, wait, mine's the same. At Mike Skellington. Carmen said, yes, definitely, Auntie Katie. Titanic is a beautiful movie, but it's sad. It is a sad movie. Pete said, one of my kids in school, I'm teaching him about the Titanic. That's awesome. Welcome in, Catherine Powell. Happy to have you here. I'm okay, Carmen. I still have some congestion and stuff. You guys have heard me coughing a few times. Mike said, wait, what gen is Katie? Millennial or X2? I don't even know. They keep changing what everyone is. I don't even know what I am anymore. Danny said, I'm good, thanks. Just here at work right now, my bestie. Oh, have a good day at work, Danny. All right. Egg, salt, and battery. Oh my gosh. Carmen said, very nice, Auntie Katie. I'm a huge fan of eggs. Everything has eggs. A lot of things do, Carmen. Unfortunately, yes. Layla sticker said, so cute. Carmen said, very cute poo decorations. Milky Schmokey said, Jim Shore has some adorable figurines. Journeys Out Loud said, my baking and cooking puns are top notch. All right. Let me get a little bit of, I should just get a wipe. I don't know why I'm using my hand. It's not crumbs. Let me get a wipe. And then we will check on the dough for the Rolo cookies and see if it's gotten firmed up enough. Oh my God. What are you looking for, Tuck, huh? Can you imagine if we did like a drinking game while I'm doing a baking stream, and every time I wash my hands, you guys had to take a shot? Y'all be tipsy as heck. Hey, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Happy Thursday. Welcome in. Alden said, so what gen do you count as responsible for 6-7? Oh, we're doing the 6-7 thing in here now? 6-7, 6-7. Hey, Thick Lady Vibes. Thank you. Hey, Devin. He said, I'll take 4 of everything for $50, lol. Did I hear something about a duck? A duck? Huh? I don't think so. Journey's Out Loud said, but sometimes they come off over easy and sometimes they're al dente. Oh my gosh. Hey, Seti Webb, welcome in. He said, hello, chatters. Mike said, wow, that was laced with some sarcasm on the 6-7s. 6-7, 6-7. All right, let me check the dough. Let's see where we're at. I think it's inevitable it's going to be sticky though, because I would like to leave it in there a lot longer than that. But it is what it is. All right, let me put this knife over here. All right, I need to get some other cookie sheets because I just put those other ones in there. Sorry about your ears, guys. Goodness. All right. Spray these bad boys down. These are my old cookie sheets. I don't like using these ones. They're really like flimsy. I'm trying to like slowly replace all of my baking stuff. Just a little at a time when stuff goes on sale, but it's expensive. All right. Let me get maybe a little plate. So again, you don't have to do that step, but if you want to roll your cookie dough in some powdered sugar, you can. So I just put some on a little small salad-sized plate just to roll the dough balls in. Well, let me get the Rolo cookies. Journey said, "Do you think one day my son will appreciate my puns or just groan in annoyance?" I mean, it depends on how old your son is. Teenager, 100% growing. All right. Oh, it might be firm enough. All right. So you're going to take, that's a little bit too much. All right, so you're going to take some dough, about, let me see if I can show you guys, close in that size, just big enough that you can put, if you flatten it out, you can put the Rolo in it, and then you're going to completely cover the Rolo inside the dough and just roll it into like a ball, and then you're going to just lightly coat it in the powdered sugar. Well, that's more than light, but whatever. And again, you don't have to do the powdered sugar, but it just makes it look pretty when you're done with it. And the dough, luckily, isn't too sticky right now. Hey, Jesse Williams, welcome in. Is that Sue? It's so hard to tell who everyone is right now. It's the one thing, if you're trying to be all incognito, YouTube will be like, bet. I'm gonna out you. Mike has eyes for you. Oh, what's happening there? Just keep on punning. And if you guys are just joining in, I'm working on the Rolo cookies right now, and then we've got some little puff pastry Halloween bats in the oven cooking right now. I will say these cookies are very, very sweet. So if you're not a sweet person, you may not like these. If you like sweets, you might love them. Ooh, those are like way done. I think because my oven was already preheated for so long that I probably could have done a minute or so less, but they still came out really nice. Let me see. So that's what they're going to look like all done. And look how much they puffed up with the puff pastry. They're so cute. All right. I'm actually going to put these on a plate so they don't continue to get warm because they're pretty golden brown already. Oops. It's freaking bats! These two ones puffed up so much that the top piece of the puff pastry almost like flew away. All right, should I try one? I'll try one. Here, I'll try this one. Here. Got that crunch. Very good. Mmm. Very, very good. The one thing I will say, if you have a cookie cutter that's a little bit wider, like, I don't know, maybe if I did like a ghost instead, I think I might like it a little bit better because the whole thing is very crispy. I like it a little bit more doughy-ish with my puff pastry, but I think because it was a fairly narrow cutter, that the whole thing got pretty crispy. So for me personally, if I made them again, I would probably use a little bit larger cookie cutter so that it was a little more doughy and a little less crunchy. But they're really good. Okay, I need to reduce my oven temperature down again. Brownie, move out the way. Milky said, I'm making those for Christmas, maybe a reindeer shape. That'd be cute. Emily said, not rude at all, eating in front of us all without sharing. Hey, I had to try them for you guys to let you know, like, if they're edible or not. That'd be rude if I didn't. Like, here, make these. You might die, but it's okay. So you have to, like, make sure I don't just, like, fall down on the floor dead from having them. In fact, you know, I should probably try another one just to be positive. Because, you know, I care about you guys. And that'd be, like, the right thing to do. And then if you didn't want to do powdered sugar on these bad boys, oh my gosh, it just made me think of the SNL skit. The holiday one with the women with the radio show. I don't want to say it out loud, but y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Where everything was ball shaped and they had, I think it was Alec Baldwin on there. It just made me think of that. But if you don't want to do powdered sugar, you could also lightly dust them with like a sea salt so you get like that sweet and salty. Give me a break, give me a break. Hey, Justin Ray El Gato de something, because I can't remember because it's not showing up. Meow Meow Diaz. How you doing, Justin Ray? And guys, if you want some fun Universal content, be sure to check Justin's channel out. When are we gonna go scare you again, Justin? I have seen Tinkerbell outside the lamp, outside Mr. Toad's ride. Yes, in the queue, Pete. To reveal Tinkerbell, you need to have the Disney Play app on your phone. And you basically play like this virtual game on your phone. And when you get to that section, it'll unlock it so you can see her. And then if you use DOS, they also have it in the DOS queue as well. So it's in the regular queue and the DOS one. And she's really cute. Emily. Never. Don't be chicken. Don't be chicken, meow meow. Right? That's his theme song. Journeys Out Loud. Meow 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 Diaz. Okay. Alden said, yo, we got the actual owner of Universal here, Justin. You see this handle? It says so, right? Hey, considering he owns it, you know, I think he could afford to get us all those iPhones that have been promised for all these years. Why are you so vocal, sir. What's your problem? 90s meow mix. Wickety wickety meow. Katie scared me in the mazes. Push me. I did not push you. I was like, go. That you're making it sound like I'm like, I was like encouraging you to move forward. I wasn't like body checking you or something. We need to clarify that, Justin Ray. Hey, and when you got scared and fell, I was not touching you. So that's all you. That's all you, sir. All right. I think these are about ready to go in. I will put my dough back in the refrigerator in between batches so it stays nice and firm. Rude. All right, let me wash my hands again. All right, cookies, and let me see how long. Can I get a what? All right, 9 to 11 minutes. So we'll do the low end. Good night. To be on the safe side. Especially since my oven's been on for a while now. So we'll do it 9, just to be on the safe side. And we can always add time. All right, and then I'm gonna put this in the fridge so it stays nice and firm. And then, you know, because I care about you guys, I'm going to taste test another bat so that you don't die. I feel like I need a glass of milk. They're really good. All right. I'm gonna get caught up on the chop because I know I'm like ridiculously behind. Trini said maybe it's a bit half baked. Emily said, well, the eyes have it. Guilty, Mr. Toad. Mike said, guess who I am? You're at Mike Skellington. Moki Smoky said, okay, that's a kryptonite cookie, chocolate and caramel. Excuse me. Sadie Webb said, strange, I didn't turn my oven on yet. It's beeping. I need to take a drink. Null Void said, oh, hey, let's cook. Welcome in, Null Void. Anthony said, I feel like a seagull from Nemo. Mine. Ada said, I'm a very sweet person, so... Says who, Ada? Just because you eat sweets doesn't mean you're sweet. Kidding. Journey's Outlet said, those are cute. Thick Lady Vibe said, it doesn't just look delicious, but that is the cutest bat I've ever seen. So good, I want to take a bite out of it. Sue said, yes, it's Sue saying, hello. I'm not sure why YouTube reverted back to a name I went by years ago. It's just acting up for everyone, Sue. It's not just you, but welcome in. Pete said, World Series Disney snacks for tomorrow, game Cowgirl. Hey, you can make them in like little, I don't know, baseball mitts or, maybe a baseball bat. Michael said, awesome. Moki said, I'm making those for Christmas. Oh, there, we read that one. Bum, bum, bum. Hey, Ernesto. He said, hi, my friend. When are you going back to Disneyland? I'm not sure, Ernesto. I have a reservation for tomorrow. I have one for Saturday. I'm just playing it by ear, seeing how I'm feeling. If I go tomorrow, I probably won't stream, though. I feel like trying to do a stream like I normally do, where I'm just like, go, and reading the chat. I feel like it would be too hard on me because I'm having like a harder time just here standing around catching my breath when I'm reading the chat. So I feel like that would be too much. But I might be in the park in the next couple days. We'll see. Emily said, I can't give CPR on chat. I'll let her excuses, Emily. Journeys Out Loud said, chillin' while chowing down on chocolate chip cookies. Nice. Emily said a name we don't say. Pete said, Cowgirl, did you ever see Tinker? Oh, I already read that one. Bum, bum, bum. Read all those. Read all those. Pete said, it cracked me up, but poor Tinkerbell got stinker bombed by Shrek. Oh, no. Hey, Raging Rolf, welcome in. We said, wifey here listening. Hugs to you guys. Shelby said, can we see him? I don't know if he'll come. Georgia, come here. And he's going to bring his ball. Come here. Come here, Bubba. You coming this way? Can you sit? You're not going to want to sit in the kitchen, huh? Can you guys see him? That's Jar Jar. And then that one's Tucker. Can you sit pretty? Sit pretty. Come on, chunky boy. You can do it. Good boy. Ugh. All right, gotta play fetch. There you go. Go get it. Alden said, yes, I'm still waiting for my iPhone 17 Pro. Emily said, the dog didn't like the meowing. Hey, Lilibeth. She said, hello, beautiful Katie. I'm making dinner while listening to your stream. What's for dinner? City Web said, when you get violently shoved, did she yell, take one for the team? Sanchez said, I can't pet that dog. Carmen said, I don't think she's pushy, Justin Meow Meow. You're always in the front. Devin said, I like your cabinet handles. I actually put those on myself. Thank you. I didn't realize that it was like focused on them so much. Sorry. I mean, you can still see one, whatever. Journeys Out Loud said, one time before I got into scare acting, I had two women who kept pushing me while in the mazes. That's terrible. Emily. Null Void said, too bad it wasn't 6 to 7 minutes. Hashtag 6-7, LOL. Alden said, yo, that bat cookie almost looked like a canoe. I think that's a sign. Sunny Web said, bat cookies sound a little dry. Hey, it might be like Red Bull. They might give you wings. Raging Raw said, Dave is asking, how's the horses doing? They're good. Thank you for asking. I still need to go take care of them tonight. Carmen said, I can make you bat cookies without Nutella since I'm allergic to hazelnut, Auntie Katie. I got lots of cookies, Carmen. I'm good on cookies, but thank you. Justin Ray said, what maze was it? The zoo when you wanted me to keep going? Yes, the zoo. We did the zoo lights out and he was like frozen. He was like not moving at all. And I was like, dude, everyone's behind us. Like, go. And I was like, come on, Justin, like you gotta go. Keep moving. Even the scare actors were like peeking around the corner like, are you coming? Rachel Ross said, yummy. Carmen said, bat cookies look delicious. Hey, Antonio. Hugs to you and Miss Brittany. He said, hey, Miss Katie, great to see you cooking up some Halloween treats. It was so awesome seeing your horses the other night. They were so talented. Thank you. Hope you both are doing well. Godzilla said, 2 doggies? So cute. Yes, 2 doggos. Anthony said, ew, iPhone. Hey, I won't turn down free. Evil Gamer said, are you excited for Soarin' Across America? I am. Anything new and exciting, I can't wait for. Moki Shmoki said, I put yams in the oven. Yummy. Michael said, nice doggies. I'm a cat guy myself. Hey, I've got no problem with, I grew up with both. My grandparents, when I was little, sorry, I got a cough again. They lived in La Puente, and they were suckers for all the stray animals. and they would take them all in. And my grandpa was a carpenter by trade. Sorry, guys. And he built like all kinds of stuff for my grandma. And I still have furniture that he made for my mom for a wedding gift in my bedroom. But he built all kinds of stuff for the house. He built built-ins for like entertainment centers before they were a thing, bookcases. I will play fetch with you later. I know, I see and I hear you. But he built a cat house on a catio, basically on their back patio. It was fully enclosed. The lower part was wood. The upper part was like the window mesh type of stuff. And give him like one more sec. And he built, for the lower part, he built almost like a bench so they could sit on it and look out the mesh like a window. And then underneath it was like cubbies for them to sleep in. And then in the middle of the room was areas for like their litter boxes and stuff. And so they had like a dozen cats or something like that that they took care of, that were just like stray cats in the neighborhood. And if they needed like vet work, they would take them to the vets and get them vaccinated and whatever. So between that and then my aunt that raised me, she had a couple of cats. So I grew up with both cats and dogs. Emily said, it wouldn't be a stream if Katie didn't say, oh, Emily. Martin said, I already tried Red Bull, no wings given, hence the lawsuit. City Web said, now you'll have to add Red Bull as an ingredient. Pete said, Cowgirl, I wish I can send you a picture of my sister's kitchen, Winnie the Pooh, and the 100 Acre Woods with all the characters. That'd be so cool, Pete. Martin said, you're sharing the cookies with us. Yes, hey, come on over. Rachel Ralph said, we're eating Italian wedding cake. Ooh, yummy. Thank you, Carmen. Johnny's Outlet said, I want a cinnamon roll. Yum. Anthony said, that's why they're free. What location would I want for Soarin' Across America? Ooh, that's a good question. I feel like you would have to do Mount Rushmore. I feel like that's like a given. I feel like you would have to do the Statue of Liberty and probably the White House. Although, man, they'd have to get like special permission to fly over the White House to record that footage. I'd be willing to bet that they fly over Walt Disney World and Disneyland. Probably Golden Gate Bridge. Maybe New Orleans. Like Bourbon Street, you know. I don't know, maybe like the Great Plains. I don't know. That's a good question. What would you guys think would be like good places? All right, let me show you what these look like. So you're still gonna have like a little bit of a dome where the Rolo cookie is. So I'll give them a little bit of time to cool off and then we'll try one. But yeah, what locations do you guys think would be good to have on there? Raging Ralph said the horses are so beautiful. Thank you. Carmen said bat cookies without Nutella since I'm allergic to hazelnut. Auntie Katie. No worries, Carmen. Martin said no dying, not allowed. Jessica said I'm a sucker for strays as well. We fed 6 cats outside plus the 2 inside. Yeah, I told you guys a long time ago. I don't know if you guys were in here or not at that point. Years ago, when we first moved into this house, it was like a brand new track and there was no houses next door to me on this side. And it was just dirt lots. And this stray dog kept coming. This was years and years and years ago. This stray dog kept coming, and he looked like he was like a border collie cross. And he was beautiful, brown and white. And he would come and he would sleep on my front porch. And I was like, that's so weird, because like of all the houses, he just always came to my house and slept on the front porch right by the front door. And every time I'd open the front door, he would run away. We'd try and call him. He wouldn't come. And so I would like put water out for him. I would put food out. But he was still scared to like come to people. And I was like, well, he didn't live here previously because it was a brand new house when we moved in. And one day he came and he had a wound on him, and it was like that big. And there was no hair. It was just down to the raw flesh. And I was like, oh my gosh, I was like, I can't let him go. Like, he still wouldn't come to me, but I was like, I can't let him go like that. And so I tried everything. I kept getting different treats and trying to coax him. And then I took my little dog out, not the one I have now. This was, like I said, a long time ago. And tried to coax him over, and he came over to the other dog. And then once I pet him, he wouldn't leave my side. He was like attached to me at the hip. And we took him to the vet, and the vet was like, well, you got two options. Are you keeping him or not? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, okay. He's like, he needs surgery. And so we were like, okay. So we did the surgery on him. And after the vet shaved him, he wound up having a few other injuries under all the hair that you couldn't see because he had longer hair. And he was the best dog. After he had the surgery, I did take him around and like see if anyone knew who he belonged to, but he'd been a stray for a long time. A lot of the people in the neighborhood were like, no, we'd give him food sometimes, but we don't know whose he was. And yeah, so he became my dog, and he was like my shadow. He followed me everywhere. I used to take him hiking up in the mountains all the time. He was the best, the smartest dog too. Oh my gosh, I used to teach him all kinds of tricks, taught him to roll over, taught him to like army crawl. I had him like army crawling through tunnels, like sit, stay, shake. I mean, just lay down, everything. He was just the best dog ever. And he eventually, years later, wound up getting a tumor on his face that was an aggressive form of cancer that was inoperable. We tried having it removed, and it came back and like was more aggressive. So he eventually had to get put down, unfortunately, but he was the best dog. And we had him for a long time. We had him for several years. Let me see. Alden said, you got baited into saying, oh, Emily, there, Katie. Oh, Emily. Martin said, it's too traffic. Journey said, I grew up with mostly dogs, but I love cats too, and I have a pet albino ball python. Martin said, if you're coming this way, I'll meet you somewhere, maybe Norco. Martin said, crinkle cookies. Alden said, maybe Las Vegas, not saying just because I live here. True, Vegas. I didn't even think about Vegas. Could like go right down the strip. Martin said, careful swinging that right arm, ma'am. Journey's Outlet said, I would add Old Faithful and the Grand Canyon. Yes. Hey, John E., welcome in. Carmen said, wow, Auntie Katie. Moki said, I think the national parks would be great for Soren. Lots of stunning national parks. I agree. Hey, Most Wanted, welcome in. Angel, welcome back. He said, we're back from gymnastics. Daughter is definitely feeling better now. Yes, finally. Thank goodness. Emily said, I like when she says that. Alden said, there's many great aerial shots of Hawaii. That's a good idea. Hawaii would be beautiful to see, especially like over the volcanoes and stuff. That'd be really cool. All right. Let's see if I can get one of these puppies up. I choose you. All right. Oh, it's so soft. All right, let's see if I can get the pull. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So freaking good. Guys, you have to try these. You have to make them. They're so good. They're like a holiday staple, but they're good year round too. Mm. All right. I'm gonna let them, I think they're cold enough I can take them off and make some more. I think I showed you my Halloween plates already, but if not, these are the Halloween plates that I use. Yes, they're non-Disney. My Christmas plates are Disney though. And I've been requested to make more of the pumpkin chocolate chip cookies for the family that I've come over this weekend. So apparently I'll be making some of those in the next couple of days too. Tucker, don't even think about it, sir. All right, let me get the dough out. And for those of you that have just recently joined in, we made Rolo cookies today. That's what I'm still making right now. Oops, I forgot to open the Rolos. And we made little bat treats as well, little Halloween bats. They're freaking bats. Hey, Mama Joy, welcome in. Sending love and hugs to you as well. Hope you're doing well. Wasn't it you that was doing a big old bacon thing the other weekend? Cooking up all kinds of treats. I think it was you. Could be my Dory brain though. I know someone was baking up a storm. Emily said Cape Hatteras lighthouses here in North Carolina. That would be beautiful. Milky said that's a kryptonite cookie. They are. Like everyone at the cookie, what do you call it? Face? No, Face. It was called Face. First annual cookie something. I don't remember. Cookie exchange. That's what it was. First annual cookie exchange. Everyone liked them, but they weren't warm and gooey like they are right now. So that's why I said, like, they're good, period, but they're amazing fresh out the oven because you get that gooiness. Chris said, I'm so looking forward to that, Soren. I'm excited to see what they offer. Isaac said, Disneyland's pretty crowded right now. There's no Magic Key reservations available. I know that. I canceled mine last night. And I looked when I did to see, you know, if there were still some available, just because I'm always curious what the crowds are going to be like and stuff. And there was none available. Nola said pretty. Martin said frisbee. All done said non-Disney hearsay. I mean, you could technically like say it's like Haunted Mansion plates, I guess. Shelby said, have you made Cool Whip cookies before? Just need cake mix, Cool Whip, confectioner, and sugar. So yummy. I don't think so. I don't think I've ever even heard of those before. I've done like the meringue cookies. I've done those before. I don't know what my plans are for Halloween, Isaac. I honestly don't know. I don't know if I'm dressing up. I don't know if I'm going anywhere. I don't know. I keep like telling myself like, oh, I got plenty of time to decide. And then I'm like, I think that's like next week or something like that. So it's going to be here before I know it. So I'm like, I should probably make up my mind. Cool whip. Whip. What are your plans for Halloween, Isaac? Thank you, Carmen. Jessica said the Rolos wouldn't last to put in the cookies at my house. I had one. When I was unwrapping them, I did have one Rolo. But I just know how much better they are in the cookies than by themselves, so I had no problem not eating them. Something covered in bacon? Chocolate covered bacon? What? I've heard of maple bacon. I don't know about chocolate covered bacon. Pete said, I had to just set my alarm song for tomorrow. It rings Main Street Electro Parade. I love that. Although I think I would probably just end up like dreaming about it instead of waking up. Carmen said, oh, more pumpkin chocolate chip cookies for your family, Auntie Katie. Yep, I'm going to be a slave to the kitchen this next few days. I got to make chili and cornbread again because that's been requested. And the pumpkin cookies. And they were all stoked when I told them I was making these. So, Most Wanted said, I'm under the weather, enjoying a delicious caldo de res. Glad you streamed tonight. Oh no, you're not feeling well either, Most Wanted. Hugs to you. It's a going around. Isaac said, I can't wait for SACE 2025. I know, it's always fun to see like the cookies that everyone comes up with. And some of like even the bought cookies were really good. Miss Anime went to some bakery near where she lives and brought some cookies, and they were incredibly good. I don't remember what bakery it was, but they were really yummy. Jessica said, I'm trying to get one of the outside cats inside to join the fold. Named him Leo. Sadly, he's not feeling good today. Oh no. I hope he's feeling better soon. Bum, bum, bum. Jessica said, feel better, Most Wanted. Yes. I guess I'll just use the last one. Will be very big. Well, I guess not that big. I'm not sure your name normally, but Rick said, love your streams at the park, but the baking segment is nice. How about dishes? Keep up the good work. Thank you, Rick. You want me to do dishes? I like to use my dishwasher. I hand wash like certain things, but I'm a dishwasher girly, and I don't like pre-washing my dishes. I think if your dishwasher needs to like have everything pre-washed, then what's the point of using a dishwasher? All right, let me rinse my hands. All right, let's put these in the oven. And if I was making for someone other than my family, my hair would be tied back and everything, but it's just my family, I don't care. Moki Schmoki said, isn't it an Oogie Boogie Bash night? Usually everyone goes to Disneyland. Yeah, it is. Shelby said, so easy to make. They do sound really easy to make. All Done said, my plans, eating all the cookies so nobody tricks or treats. Anthony said, LOL, yes, it's Halloween next Friday. Ugh. This year needs to slow down. Martin said, Katie, I think you overbaked All Done's brain in the oven. He's all done. Isaac said going to my Tio's house and maybe go to a haunted house. That'd be fun. Hey, Gladys. Boo to you. She said, boo, having an ice cream. Most wanted said, yum cornbread. Gladys said, hi, Katie and Mr. Mister. Martin said, we have an imposter. Gladys in the house. Licking dirty tables. Ew. Study Web said, you put the lime with the coconut and mix it all together. Carmen said, wow, Auntie Katie, you're going to be busy in your kitchen this weekend. I am. Anthony said, Katie, I think Rick meant cooking stream with dishes like meals. Maybe I could be wrong. Oh, gotcha. Food to eat, dishes with steak, etc. I know. I need to like get out of my comfort zone. I like baking. I get like anxious when it comes to cooking. But I like baking. I feel like baking's easier. I don't know. I'm not as familiar with like cooking from scratch as I am from baking. So it gives me like anxiety and I feel like I'm probably going to mess it up. So I'm sure eventually, but I'm just like easing my way in. I'm glad I said hi everyone. All done said, who's all done? Martin said, dog disagrees with what, that it was all done. Oh. Hey, Arturo Lopez. I'm good. How are you? Alden said, whose brain? Martin? Never heard of him. Martin said, who doesn't like baking? See, I like baking. I just, like, the cooking makes me nervous. Okay, so my mom passed away when I was really young. I just turned 7 when she passed. And my aunt raised me, and my aunt could not cook to save her life. So I was never taught. So anything that I've learned, even like baking and stuff, a lot of it's been like self-taught. Some of it baking wise, my other aunt and my cousins taught me. But I would only see them on like school holidays. And so I don't know. I get like nervous because I never had anyone like teach me the proper way to like do everything. Like cutting onions and tomatoes, and I don't know. I get nervous. I feel like I'm gonna mess it up. I don't know. It's silly. I'm getting there, most wanted. City Web said the dogs want mom to bake up a milk bone. They would take anything, honestly. They're like, drop it all on the floor. Let's see. Hi, Brittany. Big hugs to you. Carmen said, my Anaheim Ducks, Mighty Ducks win. Auntie Katie, yay! That's awesome, Carmen. Archer, I'm glad you and Maya are doing well. Hey! A beef Wellington. Wow. He's like, it's like baking, only harder. I feel like, what's his name? Simon Cowell would jump through the gimbal screen and like, you idiot! Which, by the way, we kind of like briefly talked about it. So he's collabing with Disney and Earl of Sandwich. And he's going to be teamed up with them for the new gastro pub that's going to be coming to downtown Disney. So that's going to be kind of cool. Be really cool if he was there on opening day. I've never had a beef Wellington though. I kind of want to try one, but I'm kind of like nervous after seeing all the yelling matches with Gordon Ramsay on like Hell's Kitchen and stuff. Jessica said, cooking and baking make me anxious, especially if it's for other people. See, I'll do like Thanksgiving dinner, but I'm like, everyone stay out of my kitchen. Like, I'll do it all myself, but I'm like, stay out. I get so much anxiety and stress if I have other people like in here mulling around or like trying to step in and help. My aunt was the same way. Not the one that raised me, my other aunt. She's the same way. Like holidays, it was either like she was in the kitchen or we'd kick her out and we would all be in the kitchen. But if it's in my house and I have people coming over, I'm like, everyone out. Just let me do my thing. Lister Hebb said, I was raised by a terrible cook and it really did a number on me. LOL, don't worry. So the aunt that raised me, she would make like rarely make stuff. It was like spaghetti or pork chops. And her pork chops were insanely dry. It was literally like eating like the sole of a shoe. And I thought that was how pork chops were supposed to taste. It wasn't until I was like way older and I had one somewhere, because I never wanted to get them anywhere because I thought they were so horrible. Like I literally couldn't even chew it. It hurt my jaw. So when I was like a lot older, I went to a friend's house and she would make them all the time. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll have some pork chops. And I was like, these are good. Like, what the heck? Like, how did you get it like this? Like, how did you get it so moist and tender and da da da? And she's like, this is how it's supposed to be. And I was like, really? Like, I was just, because I didn't know anything different. Martin said, skip the manual chopping and use a chopper. Oh, thank you, Emily. Moki Schmoki said, that's why God made slow cookers and air fryers. Hey, my crock pot is my best friend. City Web said, she said cutting onions, not cheese. Ba-dum-bum. All done said, you know who, what, where, is how, why, huh? Ooh, what? Who dat? I'm not your mom. Brian Core said, you're a wonderful, strong-willed lady. You do fine, Katie. Don't doubt your abilities. I am my own worst enemy, honestly. But I think most people are. Dun, dun, dun. Thank you for the hugs, Arturo. Hugs back to you and Maya. Gladys said, I'm ice cream out. Oh, no. Carmen said, I can teach you how to cut onions and tomatoes, Auntie Katie. Martin said, oh, fine. I won't step in the kitchen at all. Bum, bum, bum. A recruiter said I had an ex that could burn water. Okay, not even joking. I remember specifically one time, okay, she would make like hard-boiled egg sandwiches, like egg salad sandwiches. I remember one time she put some eggs in a pot and water to boil on the stovetop. And I didn't know she did that. And we left the house. Well, it was an apartment. We left the apartment. And we went to the mall. And we came back and it smelled like smoke. And we're like, what the heck? She forgot to turn the burner off. And the eggs were still there. They were black as coal. The water was gone. The eggs were like black, black, black. I was like, yeah, that is not someone I'm going to learn to cook from. But anyway. Sanchez said, someone say Earl of Sandwiches? Earl of Sanchez. Les said, moist. Lister Hub said, OMG, the exact same thing happened to me with steak. Oh, not steak. I would cry. Carmen said, same here, Auntie Katie. Antonio said, wow, beef Wellington is one of the hardest things to cook in the kitchen. Either the crust gets too toasty or the beef gets undercooked. But when mastered, it's such a soothing and comforting dish. I want to go and like try it at one of Gordon Ramsay's restaurants because I feel like if someone's going to get it right, it better be one of those, right? Because it's like one of his signature dishes. But all right, the oven's calling my name. I deserve a round of applause for that. I went to grab it with this hand. I was like, you don't have an oven mitt. Wow. Just think, if you weren't watching, you would have missed that. And I just happened to have the camera turned to where you could see all of that. That was not intentional. That literally just scared the crap out of me because I thought I was going to burn the heck out of myself. All right, turn the oven off. Good thing I used to play softball for a while. Okay. All right, let me see where we're at. Martin said, if I'm gonna put things in the sink, it's getting tossed from a distance. Carmen said, Auntie Katie, that's my uncle's wife, always kicked us out of her kitchen, Auntie Katie. Dun, dun, dun. Most one said, I learned by watching Martha Stewart cooking shows, LOL. Recruiter said, nice. Gladys said, whoa. Devin said, I'll send you $50 now. Brian said, that was luck. Moki said, I hope this new restaurant with Gordon Ramsay charges less than $30 for a burger. I mean, it's Disney. I wouldn't doubt it. Like, be more. Thank you. Thank you for the round of applause, everyone. Gladys said, clumsier than me. Hey. I'm the clumsy cowgirl. What can I say? Welcome in. I'm not sure what your normal name is, but Bill Vick. They said, howdy, Main Street Cowgirl. Welcome in. Emily said, again. No. Moki said, pro move, Katie. Most Wanted said, ouch. Jessica said, smooth move, Katie. Oh my goodness. Rick said, great catch. Gladys said, I took down the flag and Sprout. Then Katie took down a tray of cookies. Nice. Hey, I didn't take it. They saved them. They're good. They landed on my hand. That was good. Hey, Sarah Nicole. Perfect timing. She said, OMG, I just turned in and watched you balance and catch. I'm wide awake now. Thanks, Katie. And oh, hello, everyone. Welcome in. It's cooking and a show. It's like Cirque du Soleil in the kitchen. Okay, maybe not, but you know. Nalala said, what brand of bakeware do you like best, since you said you were buying them slowly? So the ones that I've been getting are, it's the Rachel Ray ones. So it comes with, it's like a 4 or 5 piece set. It's got the cookie sheet, it's got a loaf pan. Here, I'll show you. It's got the loaf pan, and I like it because it's got the little silicone handles on it. It's got the little baking dish for like brownies, and I think there's something else, but I don't remember what. Oh, the cake pan. So I have 2 sets of it. I've got an orange set and a blue set, but I really like them, and I can't remember where I got them from. I want to say Kohl's, Macy's, or JCPenney. I don't remember. But they'll go on sale every once in a while for like really cheap for the 4-piece set. So and they're good quality. They're thick. They're all the non-stick, but they're really like thick and sturdy. Like these ones, is this soft enough? These ones are like flimsy. So I want to get rid of them. I mean, they still get the job done, but alrighty. Nillalala said, nice, so you don't burn yourself. Pete said, okay, just got off the phone with my sister. My great nephew is gonna be Tigger for his first Halloween. How cool! Rick said, if you get tired of baking, you can start juggling. I'm not good at juggling. Moki said, you do your best to keep us entertained, even when I'm not trying. City Web said, she got him at World of Disney. Hey, you never know. Sarah Nicole said, all I heard was, oh, why did I run over to my iPad as if I could help catch something? I was just glad I didn't burn myself and like say an expletive or something. And then my dog was underneath it, so I was like, don't let it fall on the dog. I don't want to burn him. Have a safe drive home, Devin. All right. Bill said, I bought some from Amazon. Good pricing. All right. City Web said, somewhere all those cookies is a hidden Mickey. I mean, you could make a Mickey. You just like take one and then like make little ears. Like, I mean, it's upside down. Hold on. Look, it's Mickey. Emily said, 5-second rule. Hey, if you don't drop them, you don't have to worry about that. All right, I'm going to put these. Actually, I'm not. I'm just going to leave them on the cookie sheets for now. They can stay on there for now. But I will loosen them. All right. But somewhere in the cookies. You'll have to break them apart to find it. Feel like everyone's like, why is there half broken cookies everywhere? All right, guys. But that is it for today. I gotta go take care of my ponies. It's after 7. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you had fun. And I'm glad I didn't burn myself and say anything wrong. But, hey, Geofire! I made your favorite cookies, George. I made the Rolo cookies. But hugs to you and Lynn, George. But have a wonderful night, guys. Hopefully next week we should be back to normal, everything as it has been back in the parks. But yeah, fingers crossed. Denver can wait a little longer. I don't want to be out in the freezing cold. But have a great night, guys. Have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. And I hope to see you all soon in the parks. Much love to you. And I think we should be back to our normal Monday baking streams. Baking, cooking. So yeah. But anyway, have a great night, guys, and appreciate you all. Thank you, mods. Love you all. Bye.